I'm recording the meeting, so we'll just go straight to the meeting today. Today's everything I'm going to say is everything you need for trading. We're not going to talk about much of technical analysis and all these things. We're going to go straight to the psychological aspect of trading, and this is where I actually want to get to. Like, this has just been the whole idea in my mind. This has been what I had always wanted to just teach you all, you guys, and leave you. Because if I leave you with this knowledge, you can go far. Like when I mean you can go far, you don't need any other person again. All you know, that is the technicals. You don't really need much again. You just need to keep repeating the same things over and over and over again till you refine your skills in trading. All right. So everything I've said, do you understand, Samuel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about risk management, trading system, and then trading journal. So the first is risk management. Now, risk management has to do with two things. We have the psychological risk taking and then mechanical risk taking. So this mechanical risk taking is not that important. Psychological risks. So now, before I continue, you have to understand that anything explained here will take time. I always say that in trading, there's the mechanics and the psychological aspect. The mechanics is just 10% when it comes to your success in trading, but the psychological aspect is about 90%. It's very important. Like without psychology, if you forget about trading, you will fail. Your psychology has to be like, it has to be very healthy and stable. I'm sure you know these things. But people don't understand what psychology is actually. They just think psychology is just trying to lock up your emotions in the box and throw away the key. Like trade like a robot. I don't think it's ever possible to trade like that. But we are humans, so there will always be this aspect of subjectivity to our trades. Now, all we have to do is to master that skill of having control of our emotions when it comes to trading. And not locking it away, but using it to our advantage. Emotion is combined with the word motion. So where there's emotion, there's energy. So we have to be able to channel it to become successful in trade. It's not just locking up your emotions. Okay, you want to trade. You want to trade without fear. You want to trade without greed. How can I do that? Let me just imagine that my emotions are not here. Haha. Let me give an example. A trader, it's actually different from the way a normal human being thinks. For you to become a successful trader, you have to stop thinking like a normal human being. So let me give an example. Humans want to do things to let them understand that they are not based on the inputs. Now, let's say for you to make 1 million naira, you know that to make a million naira is going to be very difficult and very tough. It means there have to be a level of sacrifice that would fit that result. But imagine you could just look at your charts, press one button, and then boah, you made 1 million. Now the mind fights that reality. You are thinking, how can I just look at the chart and then press the button and then make 1 million? And people are actually doing that. No, we have 1 million. So because that alone is alien to the rational mind, it becomes very difficult to accept that type of reality. Somehow, your mind will now be fighting. They call it self-sabotage. Your mind will now be fighting itself. Have you gotten funded to the point where, let's say you took a trade and then you lost the trade? Let's say you lost like, let's say 1%. Then you try to get back the money, you now lost 1% again. You kept trying, and you know the highest you can lose is 10% or maybe 5% for the trading day. And then you kept trying till you were now down to like minus 4.5%. Now, what your mind kicks to that level where, okay, I've already missed the account. Let me just lost the account. Like there's this space where you get to that. Since you've gotten to this amount of drawdown, why don't I just lose the account safe? So it's a way of self-sabotage to balance that way of punishing yourself because you felt like, okay, I'm not a good trader. I have disobeyed my rules, and this account, I don't. You'll be thinking that, okay, you want to try your luck, but that self-sabotage mindset is trying to level the grounds because it's like you are punishing yourself for the mistakes you do. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, do you understand?
Yeah.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
And that's the way it is in trading. You have to come to them, and that's why many times it's difficult for you as a trader to be patient because you feel like, how can I not be doing something and I'm calling that work? We believe that when I'm doing something, then I'm working, meaning that you believe that, okay, since I'm working, the level of reward I will get will match my efforts. Just like a banker now, a banker goes to work, sit on the front of company. So once he receives his pay for the end of the month, he believes that the stress matches. I'm not going too far. As a doctor, you see patients, you do a lot of things, you do calls, you stay awake all night for patients, you take risks, patients with viral diseases, with hepatitis C, with deadly diseases. You are taking risks to manage them. When they pay you, believe that, okay, although I believe that I should be paid more than what they are paying me now. So, but when you are paid, what happens? You feel, okay, this payment actually matches my work. But when it comes to trading, it's hard for you to believe that just certain buttons, you're able to make millions of money. It feels like, God, I don't really deserve this. I don't think I deserve this. And because of that, you now self-sabotage yourself to go and start trading. Because when you now start trading, what is not now your strategy, you are in a way trying to match up that reality where I need to be working. If I'm not working, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. I'm supposed to be in front of the chart. That's where we now come into, that's where we now try to complicate things, like our strategies. We try to complicate it to make it, we can't just pick a simple strategy and say, this is what I used to make money. No, it can't be like that. How am I making millions of naira with just this small, simple strategy? Let me try and try to match my level of reward. And this is what we do and do and do to sabotage ourselves. But when we begin to think like that successful trader, when we understand that patience is work, like I said to the group chat, as a banker going to work and attending to customers, you are working. As a doctor going to the hospital, managing patients, taking care of patients, you are working. But when it comes to trading, what is work? What we call work is patience, because it's not easy to be patient. When you now shift that mindset to understand that patience is the work for traders. Now, I'm not talking to people who don't understand technical analysis, because I already explained from the beginning that this message it's not going to be technical analysis. We're talking about the psychological aspect of trading and psychology. But I wouldn't do that yet. I want to practice what I know and see it work for me with results of profitability before I can take that step to say, okay, now I am making this, I'm making that. Come and listen to what I have to say. Do you understand? But technical analysis is very easy to teach. Everybody can learn it. But psychology is not, everybody cannot learn it. Okay, I'll take that statement back. Psychology, not everybody have a strong psychology for trading. Let me put it that way. And I might also want to say what I said before. Everyone can learn psychology, but not everyone is willing to learn it, because that's where the price is. Do you understand? That's where the price is, because you don't know the feeling of knowing how to trade and still entering the market to lose. And not like you just take a loss. No, you keep taking losses. Like you see trades going in a certain direction, but because of your messed up psychology, you mess up that trade. And that trade, if you would have followed your rules, which I'll say, you would have made money. You just discover that, okay, for the stretch of 2 weeks, if you would have followed your trading plan, the trades, if you review them, you'll see, okay, see how I moved my stop too early. I didn't left my stop here, I'd have done and I've won this trade. You discover that now that's like a phase. If you would allow me, I'll try to put trading psychology into 4 phases. The first is losses. That's the first phase, when you are making losses, like huge losses, you are blowing accounts and every other thing. Then the second phase is when you are making little losses, and you are at that space of making little losses and break even. Little losses, break even. Then the third phase is now when you are making small profit and being break even. So that is like in between, much profit anyway, but you are break even. Then the fourth phase is when you are making a exponential amount of money. Now go over the phases again when it comes to trading. The first one is when you're making money, when you're making a lot of losses and you're blowing account. Just let you know there's a phase where you don't blow account anymore, but you're still not profitable. There's a phase like that. And some of you may be in that phase. It's growth. To you feel like, oh, I'm not still profitable yet. But you don't know you've grown. Now you're not blowing account, but you're still not making money. That's the second phase. You're just losing, and then you're able to manage your risks to the point that you are break even, you're making small losses, break even, small losses, like that. You're not blowing account. That's how you should project your journey in trading. Then the next phase is you're at break even, making small profit, you lose it, break even. So this is where you now begin to understand yourself and understand risk management. You're no longer understanding market anymore that much, although you are still understanding market, but you've gotten a grip of market, but now you're understanding yourself. What makes me jump into a trade? What makes me move my stop? Am I still now? I explain something to you about my experience recently. I'll tell you something, but before then, let's just continue. Then the fourth phase is when you start making money. So many of you will realize that there'll be a point where you don't blow account again. It's progress. I want to sound that again to you. That's progress. All right. So going back to what I'm talking about psychology, the psychological risks. Now, in this area, that's understanding risk management, because risk management is not just saying you want to risk 1%, you want to risk 2%. No. Risk management has to also do with psychology. I want us to also understand that risk management has to do with your psyche. How do you perceive the market? All right, so let's just move on. For the and I would have loved to hear from you all, but I don't want us to elongate this meeting. The meeting is being recorded, so I would have stated the instruction before that if you ask your questions, and to just elongate this meeting, I don't want it to be elongated for too long. So if you have a question, just write it down. So I'll continue. So the first is psychological risks. What you want to do is you want to understand the psychological risks of trading. So what does this mean? So we have to understand this by setting out your goal. Now, what's your goal when it comes to trading? Your goal is to trade in a healthy money environment. What do I mean? Now, I've said this over and over again, and I'll keep saying, and I'm sure many of you have heard this over and over again. You have to get your expenses dealt with. Because I remember those days when I came into this business of trading, and I hear people say they enjoy trading, they don't care about the money. Now, they didn't mean to say they don't mind, that they don't want to make money, but they were sort of more focused on becoming a better trader than the money. And I'm like, what the hell? Why are they saying this nonsense? Like, I'm here because I want to make money, and people are telling me that I shouldn't focus on the money, I should focus on, like, to me it doesn't really make sense. But actually, that's the whole focus of becoming successful in trade. Like, that's all trading is all about. This is what I'll say. And I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how you can get that mindset. I'll explain everything to you. So number one, you have to understand that you have to have a healthy money environment. Because many people that are coming to this trade have as this gateway or pathway to riches and wealth and taking out of lack and every other thing. But you have to understand that because of the way trading is, because trading is a competition against yourself. It's not against any other person, but against yourself. Trading will reveal your flaws. You'll be surprised. You'll be very surprised. You will say that you won't do something and you do it. That's the very thing you will do. And you'll be wondering what's happening to you. That's when you now see the power of your subconscious mind. It is like something that is controlling you. You'll be surprised that you set this, your sane mind, your logical thinking has set rules. But that emotional aspect will just come and mess you up when you are trying to enter the market and do something. Now, I want you to try something. The challenge is try to stay away from the market for like 1 week and see if you can do it. Or instead, buy a prop firm and try not to trade it for like a week or two and see how you will just disobey that rule. Now, many of you, I really don't know how to put it to you well. Let me see. I think somebody is Gideon. Is this Gideon? Is it Gideon Kaba? Is it the Gideon I know?
Yes, sir, it's me.
The one, okay. No, I'm seeing your message now. We'll talk later after the meeting.
All right, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So let's say you have a Profirm account and you've started trading it. If you cannot stay away from that Profirm account for like a week, then there's still something wrong with you. Do you understand? Because trading can get to the point where you notice that you're trying to get high from trading. Like, you are seeking this feeling, you are seeking this fulfillment. You want to just enter the market by all means and just make money or not even make money. You just want to trade. This is high you are trying to get from trading. Now, if you've not noticed it, maybe because you are still learning how to trade technicals, you've not gotten everything, you've not gotten opportunity to trade. Because I'm sure these things will be revealed to you when you now start taking steps to get profits. You now discover that that's if you've not dealt with it yet, you see it a minute. You discover that you are not supposed to be trading. Why are you taking that trade? The major reason is just because you want to have that feeling of fulfillment, of just that high, that high of being scared and all those things. Now, if somebody tells you that trading should be boring, now it doesn't mean that the whole idea of trading should become boring where you don't like the chart. Wait, no, it means that you should deal with that high. Now, who agrees with me? Who has that feeling of trying to enter the market because of being high? Let me be sure that we're on the same page, because I'm sure some people might not have got it there. If you connect what I'm saying, please let me know. Who connects? Who understand what I'm saying?
So I connect to.
It's
like drug.
I've heard it many times.
Okay. I'm not hearing guys well. Maybe the network. God about blessing. CEO. I'm a blessing that has not gotten there yet. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you get to that point where you've dealt with that feeling of trying to feel high or trying to feel good because you've entered the market. Because when you enter the market, you make money. Even if it's demo, you feel happy. There's this joy. You just feel accomplished. And you'll be surprised that you that just felt accomplished, it will just dry up. And once it dries up, you want to seek that feeling more. So what happens? You try to enter the market again after you've made wins, and you felt happy. You just felt, I understand this thing now. Now, because it doesn't last long, it's like drug. You get addicted to it. Once it finishes, you want more. So what happens? You open the chart again. You're looking for that. when you look at a chart for too long, that's why I said it before. I think this meeting is about to end. So once it ends, please let's join back with the link. Thank you. All right. So what I was going to say was that if you are trying to backtest and then you discover you're getting tired, it's good you take breaks. Just go and sleep, then come back, because it's good for the mind to be refreshed when you are something like that. You know, rest too is also very good. You see all these games, all these movies, they have a purpose. So don't throw them away. Movies, games, like playing football, all these things that gives you fun, they are very good. They have a purpose. You see, when your mind is stressed, it's good that you relax with these things. It's a way of moving yourself fast. Like if you spend your, I think, speak for myself. I don't know about any other people, or any other group of people, but medical students, they're the ones that have movies more. Why? Because we spend time reading. So when you read, I think Gideon, Gideon, please can you mute your mic? I think you are getting
Okay.
Thank you very much. So when we read a lot, when we read, we need to relax the mind. So we watch a lot of movies just to balance. So don't play with rest. Do you understand? Rest is very, very, very good. Please spend time to rest, especially when you look at the chart too much. Watch movies, relax, then go back. You discover that the equity in your mind, how your mind will be able to absorb a lot of information quicker. And that's how you move very fast. Because if you just spend your time, you look at the chart from morning to night, you discover that this one, I was not guilty of it at all. I knew how to rest very well. I know how to rest very well. I used to play PES. I'm sure some of you used to play PES now. You know PES. I played very well. I was able to keep myself sane, because you can get crazy. I can see someone, that's good. You were the one that gets my mind. Well, I don't think Fortune plays PES. All right. So that's that. Make sure you spend time resting. So don't think that, okay, if you are doing all those things, you are wasting time. No. You only do them when you walk. When you walk, then reward yourself. That's how you do work. If you walk and you don't, even when I give time to pray, when I fast, because it's also work. Nobody wants to fast. Nobody wants to pray. I tell myself that when I fast and pray, as I break, I will watch a movie and eat good food. Now, when I do that, I'm motivated to fast and pray. But if I just tell I don't know how people used to say when they were broke, they were able to fast away. I don't. It's hard for me. If I'm broke, I can't fast. It's just me being sincere anyway. So if you want to do any work that you know you don't like, have a reward system for yourself. Reward yourself. It's good. It motivates you. Like there are times that, okay, I have books that I have to read. If I finish 50 pages, I watch a movie. If I do that, I have that in mind that, okay, if I'm able to finish 50 pages of this book, I'll be able to watch this movie. I watch the movie. It's not like, and I have good self-discipline. I'm not that kind of, it gets to the point where you now start watching movie and then you forget yourself in the morning. That one too is there. That one will spoil the whole thing. When you now start watching movies, you start watching, they call it binge watching. And there are also times you should also binge watch. Let me explain. Let's say you've worked from Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's say you just had little time to even sleep. There are times that you can just say, okay, throughout Saturday, I won't do anything. I'll just spend time enjoying myself. Because life is actually very short. Don't kill yourself. Have this moment where you enjoy things. Do you understand? Even if you don't have money, at least try and take care of yourself, so that you don't end up in depression and frustration. This is how you live a healthy lifestyle, so that everything is balanced anyway. But like I said before, balance is very important, so that you don't now lost yourself in pleasure, and then and you always feel good when you've worked and then you are enjoying yourself. Because if you've spent time reading from the morning to the afternoon or to evening, and then you're watching a movie, you feel what you feel. You feel happy. You've accomplished. So that fun will make more sense. But when you spend all your time scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, you won't be tired yourself. You will have this drag. I've done it before, so I know how it feels. You feel unproductive, and when you feel unproductive, it makes you just feel sad. and then before you know, you just sleep, wake up the next day, you're not motivated. You just feel like you're wasting time, or you play PES from morning to night. Next day again, you're playing PES or you're playing COD. I used to play COD if you don't know. So you're playing COD, you're playing this, you're doing that. If you do that a lot, your brain becomes stressed because the brain also wants to learn. The brain wants to do something productive. The brain wants to feel like it's growing. So these things are very important when it comes to balancing. Anyway, that's just a bonus point. So I've not still finished with my bonus point. Now, when I apply it to trading, I don't look at the market too long because it also affects my trading. I've noticed myself that it affects my trading. So, like I said before, I love London session because when I wake up, my mind is fresh, and I don't look at the market from 6 a.m. I don't start looking at the market from 5 a.m. No. In fact, I don't want to look at the market, anything market, until when it is 1 hour before my Q zone. So now, this new time, is it new light day saving? I mean, new day, how do they put it? I've forgotten how they put it. Anyway, just means that the trading hours have shifted 1 hour forward. So normally, let me just use the normal time. Normally, okay, I think somebody should have said the real. Let me check it. Okay, PS, FIFA. Yeah, daylight savings. Thank you very much, Fortune. Daylight savings. So normally, London starts 8 a.m. but now it starts 9, I think. No, it starts 7 a.m. before, but now it starts 8 a.m. So I don't look at the chart until now that London starts 8 a.m. I don't look at the chart until 7 a.m. I don't start looking at it like 5 a.m., 6 p.m., 6 a.m. and now try to predict. No, there's no need. I've done that already on Saturday or Sunday to look at how the week will go. Then the same for NASDAQ. NASDAQ, there's something they call morning cry bell, and it opens 9:30. If you don't take any trade, you can't buy any stock until when it is 9:30 a.m. in New York time. If it's not 9:30, you can't buy any stock. It's like that everywhere. So that's when there's huge volatility in the stock market. That's the NASDAQ and the ES and even Dow Jones. So if I want to go to the market, I go to the market when it is 9 a.m. or even that 9:30. That's when I open the charts and see okay, I want to trade NASDAQ. But if I start looking at NASDAQ from 7 a.m., I'm on the chart, I'm looking at it 8 a.m., then that is too much information. So I'll be stressed. And when the time for me to pull the trigger comes, I make a mess. Do you understand? So just know your time zone. I really don't like trading New York Forex. If you notice, only few times. I don't really like, only when London does not show huge volatility. I expect the volatility to be in the New York. So I take trades in the New York. If you notice, in the New York is when there's no when there's no volatility in the London, definitely I won't get a trade. So I look forward to New York. And in New York, I don't now look at the market. I'm now watching the market. Okay, when will it hit my? No. I just set alarms. If you notice, okay, if I take pictures, it doesn't show anyway. Let me show you that alarm. Maybe even if you don't know how to use it. So let's say you're waiting for market to break this high. You just come here, see this thing here. Just click. Then you say add alerts. I use it very well. I see it here. So if price hit it, it will alert you on TradingView. It will alert to send it will send you an email telling you that okay, price has gotten to that level. So that when you now see that price has gotten to that level, then you open your chart and then try and look for trade, because this is not your entry yet. This is just a trigger. Okay, telling you that okay, as price is around this high, let me go down to a smaller time frame or something. You get so a method you can use. So don't try and be looking at the chart. Spend all your time before you know your level of comprehension reduces. All right, I won't speak more on this again. Maybe another time. I don't know. I'll just be sending you some write-ups explaining all these concepts to you guys to just add up to your understanding about psychological risks. All right. Now, I've already explained to you that your goal now. So I asked the question, what is stopping you from going live? How many of you are seeing already yet? Only Gideon is saying does he have money, meaning that Gideon is ready. So definitely I expect him to pass the challenge that I'm going to give to him. Anyway, So if you're not ready now, your goal is to do what? Trade in a healthy environment, meaning that you don't want to trade under pressure, and then you don't want to trade with money that you need. If you go to the market, you're not going to think about the money, you're thinking about this habit I am exhibiting now. Is it the type of habit I want to keep exhibiting to be profitable? That trade. All right. So now, how do you overcome fear? Now, I wrote this here because many of you be asking this question. Okay, how do we move from this point to this point? Like, what is your goal? And I have explained two things. That your goal is to trade in a healthy environment and try. Your focus should be developing good trading habits. Meaning that you take demo trading serious. Now, there's a fear that comes when it comes to trading. Because if you are able to do this well, the next stage will now become going into live account. This is now when you now try to trade live. So I'll give you a story. I'm trading a Profim account. Many of you don't know. I think only Samuel. I told Samuel. So I'm trading a Profim account. Currently, I think before the reason I told you I wasn't ready, but now I feel I've got to the stage where I'm ready to trade a Profim account. So I'm currently trading one now, but I'm not taking any serious trades now because year is coming to an end. December, January are not really best times to take trades, but I'm just thinking I've not really started any serious trade. But then I realized something that happened. I was about to take a hit and I was scared. I was so shocked. That's when you now move from demo to live. If you take, you can be I take good trades. I send it to the group chat and everybody will be like, okay. Even me, I'll be like, I should be trading demo now. I really account. But I knew I wasn't ready anyway. Until I got to a point where I knew okay, I was ready. Because if I can't make 10%, I had to make 10%. I had to make higher percent multiple times in a demo account to prove to myself that I was ready. It's just simple. That's the logic. I'll say it again. If you cannot make 10% in a demo account, don't think you can make 10%. There's no difference. In fact, it will be more difficult to make it in a prop firm account or any real account. So your goal now is if you've gotten your strategy, the next thing is try to take trades in a demo account to make 10%. That should be your challenge. If you fail, start again. Fail, that's what you keep doing. Now, people looking at you and thinking you are crazy. Take trades on a live account, you're wasting time. You are not crazy because you are wise. Why are you taking trades? You don't know how to make 10% in a demo account. Why are you? What time are you wasting? You're not wasting time. And as you keep doing that, to you may not be learning anything. But if there is anything you ever believe from my mouth since you met me, believe this one. I'm sure I might be too I'm taking it too far to say it, but what I'm just trying to tell you is that when you are doing this, it will be like you're not learning. But take it from me, someone who have done it for 9 good months, and with that experience that you are learning. Now, it may not be perfect because sometimes you may be taking trades and you're not even journaling well. Sometimes you just take trades and you don't win and you feel sad and you just close your laptop or your phone. And then the next day, you're not even following your rules. Maybe you start again. It may look very imperfect, but I can promise you that you're making progress. Because don't expect everything to be perfect. My fellow students, as I would like to call you, don't think that everything has to be perfect. Like you have to journal your trades. Many of all those people that are online saying all these things, they will never tell you the real truth. Sometimes only few people will tell you the truth. Not many of the things they do is perfect. And then because you feel you're not doing what they are doing, it means you're not making progress. And I love it when some of them come out to tell you. Some of them, they do that. They tell you their flaws. That many of the trades they take, some of them still make mistakes, even as profitable as they are. Do you know? I think ICT also. Okay, let me see if somebody is sending a message. There's something called. They don't say it completely and I hate it when some of them they tell you that when I wake up in the morning, I check the trades, I do exercise. Lies. I'm not saying some people don't do it too, but when somebody is lying, you just know that this person is lying. They don't tell you the truth. And it's not good, but some will tell you the truth actually. someone then they tell you that they make mistakes. So there's this they call it Robin's Cup. ICT that you know, ICT. People know what ICT is. He came online on Twitter saying that he will part the MF. I don't want to use any cuss word here, but I will just abbreviate that the MF Red Sea. He will part it. He will be the best. He's going to win. And he came out with minus 95%. Go and check if you think I'm lying. Even me, I was wondering, okay, what's in the apple now? That's that I learned from ICT that everybody is learning from. 95% loss. He lost the challenge. Now, because he's trying to trade to prove a point. Now, that is already an emotion. ICT is already profitable. He's making money. So all this profit, all this mistake, all these flaws, people still make them. Anybody that tell me, well, maybe it's possible, but I will use myself because it's me you are listening to, and I will tell you the truth. Trying to make things perfect is only a waste of time. Your goal is to suck less because you always suck. It's as simple as that. Now I have a YouTube channel, and it's not easy to actually, even if you think, well, you can try it. Just try and be producing some videos. I am posting to it's actually very not easy. Actually not easy. And I know even this mentorship, I know it sucks. Like everybody can see that there are so many flaws. But all I just try to do is to suck less. And that should just be your goal as a trader. Suck less. You always suck, but how can you improve? And also Elon Musk also says the same thing. That if you start a business, the business will always not make sense. Like it will always be a failure. Your goal is to make it a less of a failure. If you are focused more on that, you'll discover that you make more progress than trying to make everything perfect. And some of you, there are so many things that you should have started by now, but you are just feeling like the right time hasn't come. Meanwhile, there will never be a right time. Okay, many of you are sending message. Let me see if I can read it. First year is always not. Yeah, it's always not perfect. I'm telling you. But all I just try to do is try and improve what I am doing in any way I can. I just go slowly. Even if it's slow, I do it. That's the mindset you should have. So if you are taking demo trades and it's looking like, okay, this demo trade is, you're not doing it well, and then I see somewhere complaining sometimes that it's not backtesting well, don't be expecting everything to be perfect. Just do what you know you should do. And you discover that as time goes on, you will make improvement. All right. So now, I was talking about myself. I was saying that when I started trading the prop firm, I took a trade, I made profits. Then I took another trade, I think I made profits. I think I was up $60. So I was scared. I didn't want to lose that $60. I was like, how can I be scared? I saw a trade setup. It was just exactly my trade strategy. And I hesitated in taking it. I was like, no, I can't let this happen to me. Like, I have spent time learning how to trade. Why would I now be scared? Like, this is what I read in Mark Douglas' book, that one of the reasons why people fail in trading is because they hesitate to take a trade. And this is me now, the whole almighty mentor, about to take a trade and is scared of taking a trade. I'm like, what's happening? So it was a shocker to me. I was surprised actually. I didn't take the trade, and then the trade went in my favor. Another one again happened. I didn't take the trade. I was like, what's really happened? Am I scared of losing this $60? I mean, let me just trade this. So that was a new thing I learned, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So when you hear probability, I don't think many of you are, even maybe some of you may understand it, but I would say I don't understand it, because there's always this trap of thinking you understand something until you experience it. I thought I understood probability, but I did not understand what probability meant. So I'm going to share my experience with you. Now, probability in trading, you have to understand. Now, this is also higher stuff, because this is when you've now gotten into live trades. Number one, losing is inevitable. Now, that one has to be drummed into my head, because I was scared. I didn't want to lose that money. I felt like, this $60. Well, I was making money now. I think I made $30, and the next was $60. That was where my whole philosophy of Don't risk too small. I thought that it was going to be easy for me to explain this, but please, I want you to forgive me in advance because the way I'm going to explain it is going to be very scattered. So, but let me just put it the way I can put it. See, if you are trading, don't risk too small. Okay, Gideon is laughing. Well, don't be too nimble. You know, when you are trying to be gentle, you're just trying to be very calm. You know, no. Trading, you have to put your foot on the gas. Do you understand? You have to be there's a point of being aggressive in trading. When I mean aggressive, I don't mean to be stupidly aggressive. I mean, if you are trading, trade. Don't enter the market with that mindset of trying to be gentle. You're not a, is it what they call this animal now? Is it a koala? I don't want to go deeper than that anyway. So now, when you begin to put these things in place, you're no longer seeking your high from Forex. I'm still hammering that high because it's a very powerful thing that can stop you. Now, how do you know that you are getting high from Forex? Number one, you can't stop trading. All right. So if you are having this feeling of always going back to trade, even when you make wins, it's because of that high. 2, 3, when you are entering the market, when you are not seeing you know, sometimes do you know that if this happened to you, let me market looking for a trade, you don't see a trade setup. Because of that, you get angry. Raise up your hand. Maybe it has not happened to you, but it happened to me. Okay, good. Gideon, and okay, it happened to Gideon. It happened to me so much. Like, I will go to the market and I'll look for trades and I don't see any trade. I'll be so angry. That's another way to also manifest itself. You'll be angry. Now, why are you angry? What is the reason for your anger? Because you don't find your setup. Now, if it hasn't happened to you yet, it has a way of manifesting itself to the point that you understand that okay, the reason why I need for a trade setup is because you want to feel hard. Alright, so that being said, let's go to the second point. Trading system. Now, this is somewhere I would Gideon say it feels like you have missed. Journaling will help you understand yourself more. So that's something I also did. I don't think I spoke more about it. Journaling is something that really helped me. Like, it boosted me forward. Write about how you are feeling. Why are you now scared? Let's say you're about to take a trade. Write that I feel so scared as I'm taking this trade, but I still took it anyway. Write it like that. And I feel so grateful. And always I still always say this too. Don't ever write anything negative about yourself. Even if you didn't take the trade well, say, I am grateful for the opportunity to learn from my mistake. Let it be. Like, you always want to be positive. It's also in the book of Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, talking about your attitude as a trader. Do you know that one of the things that will help you as traders now is that optimistic mindset that even if you're not making money now, you are still going to make money? That mindset will help you